you're going to talk about one of the most common problems affecting men, which is the prostate cancer. This topic sounds taboo. What has sexual health got to do with workplace performance?
Good afternoon, everyone. Morning, sorry. It's still morning. I think one thing we must appreciate, yes, in our culture, it's taboo to talk about such things. But what we must appreciate is that sex is just like food. It's a necessity and we can't run away from. One author once wrote and said that we're sexual beings and we have to accept and be able to discuss about it. Many people will accept sometimes that the frustration that we face at workplace, many times you find people asking themselves, is he married? Is she married? Maybe something is lacking at home, that's why she's so angry, she's so anxious, she's so frustrated, she's shouting at everybody. And we know those things are very important. Unfortunately, because it's taboo, many people seek assistance in the wrong places. I'm sure many of you from Harare will know that spa athenitis is booming because people are going round behind bar talks in the corners to say, no, don't worry. Go to such a corner, your problems will be assisted. But by the time you then come to us for proper assistance, sometimes it will be too late, sometimes you'll be in a coffin because you went against what you were supposed to do and took the wrong medication for the wrong problem. 90% of the problems are actually psychological. Half the time you find most men just need somebody to talk to, just to find out, Doc, am I okay? Is everything fine? And just telling them that, don't worry, it's just the pressures, it's just the stress, otherwise everything is okay. It comes back a week later and says, do you know what? I performed very well over the weekend. Thank you so much for that. And most of those medications, unfortunately, what most of you don't know, they're actually called placebos. Placebos, what do you mean? It's something that I give you to make sure that psychologically you feel like I'm gonna perform. And because you're confident you'll perform, guess what? You will perform. Then the second one is the prostate cancer. The good thing when I look around the floor, I notice that majority of the men are 40 plus. And that's the age we're targeting. I love what one speaker said today. She said, most of you are executives today, but a couple of years later, you're going to be retirees. You're going to be ordinary elderly men. And that's when we see most of you. That's when most of you come to us with complications. But today what we want to say is every man above 40, please screen. Why? 1 out of 8 men will develop prostate cancer, unfortunately. Unfortunately as well is that cancers are not, and I'm sure everybody knows somebody with cancer out there. I won't ask, but I'll leave a question to you to say, how many of you above the age of 40 have actually screened? Why? Cancers start early, they are slow growing tumors, but they only complicate later when we're retired, later when the medical aids have run out, later when the money now has diminished, and now you're a burden to your caregivers and your children. But if we are to be able to be proactive, we can catch this thing early and make sure by the time you retire, you're still fit and strong and able to enjoy your retirement age. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Doc.